Hello, my beautiful crafty friends. Welcome to my studio. It's Laurette, and it's Make It Monday. So today, as I promised, we're going to be working on our journal and my sewing journal. And I think today we're just going to be doing some pieces to go inside of it. I don't physically need to work on the actual journal just yet, although you never know. I'm moving these rings around. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working on. I'm going to set it off to the side because I don't need it right this minute. I hope you all had a great weekend, and now we're on Marvelous Monday, and I hope you all have a wonderful Monday, or having a wonderful Monday, depends on what time you're watching this. So anyway, I want to welcome you all, and I want to get busy right away because I have lots to do. I don't think I have anything to share today. I didn't get a chance to finish my vintage ladies. I will get back to those. I thought about doing those in a video today, but I do want to keep moving on this sewing journal. Otherwise, I feel like I'll never finish it. Now, today's inspiration is from Rachel at Roxy Creations and Gail Gustinelli. Both worked on Roxy's weekly challenge, number 22. And they were some botanical or floral, botanical, I think they were nature tags, nature fabric tags. And I don't need any nature tags at the moment. Normally I would just go ahead and make them, put them aside, use them in a future journal. But I'm working on this, so I thought I'm going to adapt it. It is not the same as what she did, but I'm going to the basic idea is there. So what she did is she had book pages that were cut into tag shapes, and they were covered in fabric. And on the back side, they were collaged. Now, I don't really want to do any collage in this book, so what I did is I got Carrie the Crafter's beautiful tag kit, and I'm going to use those as the back side of my tags. That way I don't have to collage, already collaged for me. And I have two sizes I've chosen. I don't know if I'll do the little ones or not, or whether they're just going to go in as is, or I'm just going to decorate them. I'm not really sure. So, but I'm going to work on the big ones. And what I did was, these tags were already pre-cut, and I'd already mounted them on a heavy parchment cardstock. So they've got some good weight to them. So what I've done is I've covered them with some of this vintage muslin strips that I got when my daughter and I were on our trip for Mother's Day. And so I went ahead and put those right on technically what's going to be now the front side of these tags, which is very much what Rachel did. She put some vintage fabric on there, and then she decorated with flowers and birds and all of that. So I'm going to do mine in my sewing theme. So that's going to make me a bit different there. And so when I'm all done, you'll see what I have in mind. So now Jolene has a new set of words that I asked her to make for me, and she did put them in her shop for you guys. For those of you who are doing this journal, go over to Jewel Design, and there should be a link if you do the drop down box below where there's a little V. If you tap that little V, right above my name, it'll give you the drop down box, and in there should be a link directly to the shop, not to this particular digital, but you'll see all the digitals, and this one will be over there for you to use. So I'm going to be using that today. I may be using some of these papers. Depends on how far I get today. So whether I get into the next part and I start decorating some pages, if we can get through these tags quickly, then that's what I will do. Alrighty, so I'm going to put those off to the side a little bit. I know you can see them, but that's fine. The next step in this process behind your blank tags with your collage on the front is to do some stamping. And I have loaded up my vintage ink, my vintage photo, Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on them, and I think I'm going to use some of Lorna's tags, because I think they're appropriate for what we're doing. I just have to decide if I want to, do it like down the middle, sideways, or I think it goes this way. I had to think about that for a minute. So, well, let me get a piece of paper. I do have some stamp off pages somewhere. way over here. Give me a minute, and I'm going to see if I have one that I can stamp off. If not, I'll start a new one. And that way I could stamp off anything that, for any new, I have some new sewing stamps too to use. So we'll see what we're going to use today. I'm not real sure at this point. So let me ink this up. Let's get busy here. Well, it is Make It Monday, but I am filming this on Saturday so that you have it at 5 a.m. on Monday. There's no way I'm getting up that early. I'm not an early girl. I don't sleep well at night, so I kind of tend to sleep in during the morning. So I start my day kind of late, but that's okay. Okay, so that's upside down. So that's one of the reasons I'm playing with this, is because I'm trying to figure out which way I want to put that on my, and it's always a good idea to get a piece of scrap paper and do a little playing with your stamp so you get it the way you want it. Let's see if I did any better. Okay, got it. So that is going to go down my tag this way. All right. Let's see if I can do it right. Or if I'm going to put it upside. Let me see. Wide end. All right, that's what I want. Let's see if I could do this right, huh? Not struggling, just trying to figure out things like we do when we're making a project. It's part of the creative process. There's so much that goes into a creative project. Sometimes what looks like a struggle isn't a struggle. It's just thinking your way through things. And not everything comes to you just like lickety-split, no problem, you know. I don't want to use black because there's not a lot of black in this journal. It has a lot of brown. I'm giving it a minute to soak into the fibers of the fabric. Very light. Well, it isn't the main thing. It's a background. So I'm not going to stress over that. I'm going to put that up there for now. But I may go ahead. Well, I'm thinking. I just inked this pad. It should be like juicy, like really juicy. Okay, wish me luck. I might need to give it a little more. There we go. Vintage. Okay. Put that up there for now. Got that other one. I'm going to try something different on each tag because I don't want them all to be the same. They're going to go into the journal to fill pockets and things. I think I just got my thumb. Well, I hope you're all well, happy, safe, having a great Monday. That you had a wonderful weekend. And what did you do on your weekend? I don't know yet because it's Saturday, but I'm going to say craft and maybe get out to the backyard, but I really don't have any plans this weekend. Same old. I don't have a big life so anymore. I had one, but I am pretty much just the same thing every day. I won't be going out and, you know, normal is what you see me doing. This is my normal life right here, so won't change much. I mean, there will be things we'll go do with the family if they're here or they invite us to do something. I don't go out of the house a whole lot anyway, so it's not even because of COVID anymore. Just, I didn't go out before, so I just don't see that changing much now. I am going to put this on down the tag, I think. Okay, fingers crossed. All right, so we're just going to do 4 tags. And hopefully we don't use up all of our time and we can move on and do... Oof, that just is not taking to this. This is very resistant to this. Darn it, this is going to ruin it for me. Well... I don't usually have problems stamping onto muslin, but it could be this vintage muslin has something on it. gosh. All right, so what could we do? All right, let's figure this out. Let me try. I do have my favorite Tim Holtz rubber stamps. Give me a minute. I'm not exactly sure where I put all my Tim Holtz rubber stamps. Are they right in front of me? They might be right in front of me. Yeah, they are, of course. I thought they were behind me, but they're not. Give me a minute to grab. Oh, of course, you know, because you want something, you can't find it. Not sure how much my arm you got there. Sorry about that. Alrighty, let's try this. These are well-used stamps, so they may take the ink a bit better than a brand new stamp. I mean, it looked fabulous on the paper, so I think it's just resisting it. I don't want to use black, like I said, I really don't. And I don't want to use permanent ink, and I don't want to deal with all that. This might not have been the right thing for me. Yeah, just looks like a hot mess. Oh, well. Okay. We're going to cover it anyway. That's not too bad. I mean, you can't really tell what it is or what it says. I think it's this fabric that I chose. I should have chose something with a smoother weave, though I think the weave's just too open. And I do think that this fabric is resisting the ink big time. Yes, and I know I could use Stays On or one of the others. I don't like any of those inks, so I don't use them. Don't like them at all. All right. I did want something subtle, so this is probably fine. I'm getting the look I want, so it's fine. It's good. All right. That's the end of that. Now I have a pile of stuff to clean later. Let me just do a quick stamp off here. Yeah, look, see, it's fine on the paper. So it is resisting, the fabric's resisting it, which is just too bad, darn it. It's a sad day when it doesn't do that. Let me do this here. Do a little vintage on here. Yeah, I'm doing it upside down. Doesn't really matter. This is just a stamp off pad that I may or may not use for something else. I don't know. Ooh, yeah, that fabric definitely was resisting ink. Oh boy, was it. All right, so you learn. Live and learn. Don't use that kind of fabric. Don't use something super vintagey if you want to stamp on it. Or use your Stays On or one of the other heavy-duty inks. Like I said, I'm not a fan of those, so I don't use them. I don't like that they stain my stamps, and I don't like they stain my hands or my projects. So that's just my personal, it's just personal preference. That's all. To each his or her own. All right, now we're going to need some images. Oh my goodness. Okay. My thumb looks like it has words stamped all over it. How funny. Gonna need one of those wet ones for sure today. And a dry one. Oh my gosh. My thumb took a beating. What in the world? This is why I don't want to use the Stays On. That would never come off my hands, even though I used hand lotion. Doesn't seem to be helping a whole lot. Okay. I'm going to use a dry one to wipe those off. I don't get it all off, but I don't want to get any more ink on anything. And this book, you know, I don't want to ruin my book with ink on my hands. So, not doing that, right? Okay, so, like that. Then she took strips of muslin or some kind of cheesecloth, crinkled it up on the bottom, and then added an image. So I am going to do that. I'm going to pull out my Fabri-Tac. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I'll lay that up there. And let's see. I am going to check to make sure we're filming. I don't know. I just had a weird feeling that we weren't. I don't know why, but we are. I just looked. Sorry about my head again. This darn chair. Oh, someday I'm going to have a floor that I like in here. It's a huge project because everything in here would have to be packed up, moved to another room, and the floors put in. And we're not talking a small amount of stuff either. It's a lot. There's a lot in here. Not as much as my other room, but my sewing room, but I am using a glue stick. This is the perfect glue stick. This does, is a permanent glue stick and does work fabulous on fabric. This fabric is actually adhered on here with the glue stick in it, and it stays on beautifully. It's equivalent to Rachel's Giotto glue that she uses. So it is made to work with. I don't even want to go. This is so big at the bottom. I don't know. I should have cut. I think I want to cut that in half. I just feel like it's too. I tried to rip it. You can't, but it shreds easily. So I'm not real concerned. Of course, now it's stuck to me. See how easy it is to just pull one string and you've got the look you want. Gonna kind of ruche it up, gather it. That's a nice thing about these glue sticks. They stay pretty wet for a while and let you do scrunch, do your scrunching. And then it will dry and stay on there. I will be stitching all the way around at some point. Definitely, absolutely, because this is a sewing journal, so I'll do a decorative stitch around it. Sorry about the runny nose. Still suffered with allergies. I'm just kind of resigned to the fact that I may like that. I'm hoping once we get a little bit warmer. Well, no, I shouldn't, because I have to have the air conditioner on. I can't be in the heat. It makes my migraines worse. So I don't know that I'll ever not have a runny nose because the air conditioner makes my nose run. So I think it's a permanent situation for me. I'm going to be one big sticky mess when I'm done here. Well, I didn't need as many strips as I thought because I don't want it that wide. It's just too wide. Well, I hope you're making these along with me. If you're not, that's okay too. You don't have to, but you could do this with florals or the images, using a floral image or a bird, words, another stamped image, anything, any kind of. I don't think I got enough on there. This is the world's stickiest glue, I swear. And it's sticky for a reason, because you want everything that you use it on to stick. A lot of people don't like it because they say it's too sticky, but I love it. I'm hooked on it. I've tried everything out there, and believe me, I almost ordered the Giotto glue that Rachel uses from Italy, but the thing is, it was really expensive to do it here, to get it here. And then Amy at Crafty Cat suggested this one. She was using it. She was happy with it. And so I tried it, and I love it. And it's cheap. It's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either. It's not Elmer glue cheap, but it's good. It's not overly crazy. I usually buy the 4-pack from Amazon because of the amount I go through. In fact, I think I'm due to place another order pretty soon. I'm not doing as much collaging as I was, so I'm not using it as much as I used to. I used to use it on everything, but I really prefer the glitter glue when I'm not using this. And Fabri-Tac on fabric. I make sure I stay in screen here. Just want to gather it up and make sure your little pieces get some glue. All right, and there we go. Now we need some images. As soon as I get enough strings off my hands that I can use them safely. Let me get my bucket. Okay. This could be a challenge today. Jeez. I'm going to have to take a minute to get some of the glue off. Goodness, don't like a lot of stuff on my hands. Bothers my skin. All right, so there we go. I'm not going to use those anymore, so I'm putting them away so I do not accidentally grab them, as you've seen me do a number of times. Now, I want to have some images on here, and I'm debating as to whether they're going to be like that kind of an image. Yeah, I'm thinking they are going to be that kind of image. Yep, I think I like this. Now, the question is, do I kind of leave them kiss cut or do I cut them down? I think, let me just take the kind of the rough edges off and then kiss cut them. I like a little bit of the white, but I don't have to have quite that much white. I said that, then I went and cut it down. You know, my hand, I fussy cut so much. I have what's called muscle memory. And honestly, it just started fussy cutting. I'm not going to cut it super close, but close enough. Guess what? I'm cutting closer than I planned on. You really should cut first before you say anything. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you. I'm a crazy girl. I am enjoying this sewing journal. It does make my heart sing. You know, I said, I think in my very first video and other ones that, you know, I've been sewing pretty much since I was 4. I would get up at night when I couldn't sleep and sit with my mom and watch her sew. About 4 years old, I was kind of, you know, hanging around and her fabrics, and she had a whole bunch of scraps, and I was sort of playing with them. And so she said, here, take these scraps, take these buttons. Gave me one of her dollar needles and thread and said, see what we can make with these. And I did. I made doll clothes and sock. I like to make the sock puppet, you know, you put on your hand, and I sew the little eyes on and the tongue, and I make them a little tie. And I used to take them to school with me and play with them on recess. And then some of the other kids wanted them, so then every time my dad had a sock that he was going to get rid of, I'd beg my mom for it. She'd stitch up, she'd give me the good one, you know, and get rid of the one with the hole, or she would stitch those up and then give it to me. And then pretty soon I learned to do that. So pretty soon all of myself and my friends were out at recess playing with our sock puppets. And then I also would sew on I had a little troll doll that I used to make clothes for. Cut the arm slits and sew a button in the back and do some stitching. She showed me how to do some just basic stitches. And I made Barbie clothes and doll clothes. And by junior high, I think I made a yellow and white seersucker suit. Full suit, lined and everything. Buttonholes, zipper, the works. I used to wear it a lot. And I made peasant blouses that I wore to school, skirts. Mini skirts about that time. Had the legs for it, so that was good because I was a dancer. But yeah, I've been sewing a very long time. So I really love this. Now I feel like this needs another piece. Let's see what else have I got that I've already sort of pre-cut. I don't want to take up too much time today, but I feel like the scissors need maybe a spool of thread. Let's see, is that my... I think everything else doesn't need doubles. I could add a little flower to each of those maybe, and that would be... No, I think I'm gonna like each tag sort of be its own thing, you know? Oh, gosh. I only have the one tag topper. I'm going to have to see if I have any others that I can cut out. I think there's just the one I have pre-cut. Ooh. Well, I guess I could have put a sewing machine on one of these, huh? Eek. Or one of my ladies, my other ladies. No, I'm okay with what I've got. I think I like what I have. I think that's okay for the moment. Uh-oh, that slid under the mat there. Let me fussy cut this one real quick, and I'll glue everything down. I'm going to keep these kind of simple, because I feel like when I'm ready to put them into the journal, I can go back and add or subtract things. Let's see. So I do want my ink, as you know. This is a journal I'm doing a little bit of inking, not tons, not heavily ink. If you're all enjoying this little project, I think you've said so far that you are. A lot of you are making one along with me. Quite a few of you. Some of you have gone over, or quite a few have gone over to Jolene's shop and purchased the kits. And thank you so much on her behalf and mine. You're supporting a mommy who's working from home. She's homeschooling her girls, except the teenagers. She'll go to high school this year, but so you're really helping her grow her business. She really needs to do that. And thank you so much, everyone. It's fabulous that you are supporting her and you like her work. And I know I do, but, you know, it's great when others recognize her talent too. Oh, and thank you for supporting the other shops that I've shared. I've seen some of you have gone over and ordered some things. Some of you went and got book cradles from Miss Amy at Crafty Cat and a number of other shops. Now I'm debating on what I want to glue this on with. Do I want to use, I guess I could use the Fabrifix. I mean, I know the glue stick will work. And I'm going to put this down here a bit because there's some other things we're going to do on here. We're not done yet. So this is just the next step in the, that's a little too white for me. Maybe I want to take off just a bit of the color. I don't know why my stomach's growling. I just ate. We're having a greedy tummy day again. I actually ate breakfast today. It's not quite lunchtime, but it's coming on it. I guess that's the top. This is actually a real vintage spool that Jolene scanned the image of it. It's a real spool of vintage thread that we bought when we were out. She's got a whole bunch of bag of vintage threads, so that's a real one. And oh gosh, I hope you don't hear my neighbors' voices. I have the window open and for fresh air, because it's a beautiful 75 degree day. So I thought, well, I'm gonna leave the window open a little bit. It's quiet in the neighborhood, but of course, you know, as soon as I do that, what happens? What always happens to all of us? We get noise the minute we do it. I may have to go close my window. Looks like my neighbors came home and they're being chatty, which is nothing wrong with that. Other than it will end up on my video. Oh, here, let me go close the window just a minute. I don't know if you can hear them or not. Gosh, I have one of my neighbors has a very, well, my neighbors across the street have very big voices, and they're yelling to the neighbors across the street from them back to my side. So, boy, can I hear them, even if you can't. It's really distracting. I lost my train of thought. Like, what was I doing? What did I say? What were we talking about? I think just a small little, just maybe one of these small flowers would work really well. Like I said, I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was talking about. None whatsoever. Oh well. I don't know what this current week holds for me other than filming a few videos. I know I'm going to be doing that. Let's see. Do we want flowers on some of these other ones? I feel like kind of like this one needs another little flower maybe. Let me do that. Oh, I was talking about being hungry. Yeah. I don't know what the deal with that was. I don't know. Let me get our days, huh? Okay. I'm sorry, I had to stifle a yawn. Oh my gosh. My doctor says I'm not getting enough vitamin D. I'm sitting in my crafting room too much. So I had to go back to taking my vitamin D, and which I've taken for a long time, but it makes me sleepy when I take it. I'm not sure why. I don't know what the deal is, but it does. It makes me sleepy. So I took it, forgetting that I was going to do a video. And, so let's hope I make it through without falling asleep on my desk. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Not. Extremely rude. Oh my goodness, that would be terrible. Okay, all right, so I kind of like that. Now, the next thing she did was stamp again another image on there, a word or an image. So I have vintage up here, but I was thinking, you know, I got, hold on, things are sliding down onto my desk as usual. Let me move some things. I don't think I need, I'm gonna put away a few things. Excuse the arm for a second. Because I've got stuff just, I don't know where to put anything. Jeez. Okay. I've got such sliding down my desk here. It's the stamps and things. There we go. Let me move those. And then pretty soon, you know, you feel like you're working in this tiny little space and you're thinking, oh, what? I started with an empty desk. How did that happen? I have some cool stamps, but I'm really concerned now whether they're going to stamp on here. And of course, I don't have any other inks that are close by that I could grab and stamp with, unfortunately. Gosh, my voice is raspy. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have any ink close by that isn't put away where I could stamp with something stronger? I don't. Nothing within reach. I don't really see a place that I really like that, so that's okay. What else have I got? I've got some little stamps. Well, we're using thread already, but I do have a tiny button stamp. I might use that. Let's see if we can get that to work maybe on this one. Let's give it a shot. It's not a new stamp. It's an old Hero Arts. Boy, that's an oldie but goodie. Let's see, I have to decide which way is up and down on this one. Let's see, here's the, yeah, it's Hero Arts. Probably got it at Michael's way back when, like a million years ago, like in the 70s. Let me see. Let's see if it's going to work. Oh, yeah. Okay, now it works great on the paper. Let's see what it does on the... See, I have not given up. I am still trying. I'm going to hang it on there for quite a bit because I really want it to soak into the fibers. Well, it's there. It's not as dark as I would like, but it's there. cute though. Super cute. Let's see. You know, then I have these. So let's see, what do we have over here? Oh, I have a good button one. My daughter made me some things that I need to see if I could use. Let's see. Grabbing my papers. Give me a minute here. Let's see. They're kind of dull. I want something brighter. Let's use these. Let me see. I need some. I should have. Excuse my arm. My little punch. Let's see if it will work. Yeah. Well, let's see. What color do I want on the next one? I want a button. But I want a smaller button. So I think I need my 3/4 inch button for this. Let me just punch some buttons out. How to make me some buttons. And they are just for me. You will not find them in the kit. Unless we get just like tons and tons and tons of requests for me. We'd have to get a lot of requests for her to add those to the... She does make things that are just for her mom. So the perks of having a creative daughter. No, it's not that one. It's this one. Okay, there we go. Let's get some buttons going here. All right, I have some in a few colors here. Don't need blue in this kit, so I'm not working in blue. I'll put those aside. I'll put those in my little sewing packet. They can be used in, you know, another journal or something. But I do have the pink. That's really cute. Okay. Let me ink the edges a little bit. I could use a real button. And I'm actually thinking about doing that down on the bottom there. After I stitch, probably will glue on some real buttons and maybe some other trim. Like I said, I'm just doing the base today. All right, I think that'll be good. Okay. Didn't think I was going to need that anymore. Guess what? I was wrong. All right, let's do this. I could punch those little holes out, you know, make them look... Nah, I'll leave it on there for now. I could always put a bow or something there if I'm not thrilled with it, right? Can always build up a tag. All right, now I need something on these others. I think I want to use some words. Let me see. I know I pre-cut some words already. Let me see if I have any that... these are also in the kit, or in here are the buttons and the words. Okay, I don't know what I've pre-cut here. We could put sewing. There, we've got that one. We could have the word buttons, but that's a big one. We also have the word scissors. Needles. going to cut this down just a bit. I cut this really badly. Oh, I was playing with the sheet. So the word sheets, testing them for Jolene, and these are my testers. The test strips that I did. All right, let's try this. Interesting, it says vintage sewing. Isn't that sweet? Oh, I love that. Okay, she's good to go. Now I could add some more a thinner ribbon at the bottom or buttons, and that may happen. Let's see what else. I want to see what my words choices are here. Appliques, tassels, samples, satin, needle, scissors, muslin, thread, stitch, snaps, velvet, thread, antique. Oh, here's an antique. I want one. I found one here I can use and I want to use. Here's antique. I'm going to cut it down because I don't need one quite that large. I mean, I could use a bigger word on this. She does have the bigger words too. I asked for both sizes. There we go. I don't think I need all these scraps. There we go. Well, I did a bad job of cutting that one. So, you know, I'm not struggling with any of this. This is just my process. Just thinking, working it out. Working it out is not a struggle. Some people thought I was struggling in one of my videos, and it wasn't a struggle. I was just thinking. You just have to think your way through things that you're doing, and not everything just comes lickety-split unless you have already planned it out, which, you know, I don't do so very often. I don't like needle. How about scissors on this one? Yeah, but let me cut it down a bit. I don't really want all of that extra paper on there. Whoops! Line paper. There are times I struggle, but, you know, not... generally, it's just me thinking my way. It's my process. It's how I think. It's what I do. I try something else. It doesn't work, I try something else. I keep trying until I get it where I want it. And I cut that crooked. I'm having one of those days. Okay, we're having a crooked day. Where everything I cut will be crooked. Another day, everything I cut will be perfect. You just don't know what you're going to get. Okay. I sort of gave up on the stamping because we were supposed to keep stamping on everything, and I just feel like this fabric is resistant to that. So I may go back and put something up there, but I also want to put a tag or ribbon or lace or something up there. See, I've got sewing, antique, scissors. Let's see, do we have a vintage? I think I asked for vintage. I don't know if it made it in. Vintage, there's one. I want it in the darker color. I printed it in a couple different colors. Oh, I did get questions about what I print my things on. And now, when you see in the slider paper, this is the Epson matte presentation paper that I order on Amazon. It's very pricey for 100 sheets. It's pretty pricey. But it's worth it for me to get the clear cut image that I want. These darker ones are printed on just some cardstock. It's just probably 65 pounds. It's not the 110. It's a lighter cardstock, and it's a, I can't think what it's called, but anyway, it's like a lighter cardstock. It's not super heavy. It's about the same weight as the presentation paper. My full digital pages, let me see if I can find one for you. These are just printed on, whoops. Yeah. These are printed on 32 pound hammer mill, 32 pound printer paper. And again, I get it off of Amazon. And it's comparably priced to the other printer papers out there. I get 500 sheets at a time. So the hammer mill, and that is 32 pound. And then the presentation paper. And I don't know the poundage on the presentation paper. Let me look. Because I've had a number of questions what I'm using. So this is the presentation paper. It's 44 pound, 9 mil, 8.5 by 11. And this is what I use for printing all of my fussy cuts and ephemera pieces. Okay, this is what I print on. So hopefully you're watching, ladies, those of you who asked. So you will know, what I'm using. And I lost the lid. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, hopefully I answered that question. And the hammer mill paper, I honestly don't know the poundage on that. And I don't have a package that isn't buried somewhere under a bunch of other papers. So I can't tell you the poundage on that. But, it's 32 pound. Duh. I did say that. Hello. All right, I need one more thing over here. What do I want? Oh, I was going for, when I started talking, I think I said I wanted vintage. There it is, right there. Jillian did an excellent job with these words. She did exactly what I asked for. So, depending upon the color of the paper you printed on will also depend on your background, how dark or light your background gets. So, keep that in mind when you're printing. If you're new to this, which I do have quite a few newbies, so welcome. I also have new subscribers. Welcome. We're thrilled to have you join our little group. We're now over 500. I think we're at 507 or something last time I looked. I don't know. I haven't looked in a while. Kind of been a busy week last week. All right. There we go. Let me set these aside. I'm getting quite a pile. Making a mess on my desk as usual, which means we are accomplishing things. When you're making a mess, you're accomplishing things. For sure, right? If you're not making a mess, you're probably not working hard. Okay, I have so many projects, ladies. Oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed. But I'm trying not to get so overwhelmed and just take it one project at a time. I want to see if I could scrunch up some ribbon. I would have to cut it down because it's too wide. I do have really thin, which I probably don't have in here. It's probably in my other room. Oh, you know what I might use? That I still might use that, but I have rickrack. Someone sent this to me. Be So Crafty sent me this gorgeous rickrack. It's the right color. If I dull it down just a tiny bit. She has her own Facebook group. I don't even know. I don't remember what I ordered from her, but this was one of my thank yous. I was trying not to destroy the card it's on because I like the cute little card. Alrighty, let's see if I can use some of this rickrack on here. I don't know. It might be a little too bright. We'll see, but I can dull it down. Oh, let me see. It does add something. But it might be that I wait to see what pocket it's going in before I go ahead and add that. So it's a thought. So that's an idea for you, ladies. You could add rickrack. You can add another layer of ribbon. You could turn around and add a bunch of buttons, like tiny little buttons on here. I could see doing that. I definitely can see adding a few buttons to this, and something like that. I want to see if I can find, I have smaller ones too in my hand here, but getting to them, something like that on the bottom would be adorable, but I think I would stitch some some threads into it first, or try to see if there's some smaller ones in here that already have a thread on them, because I got a big old jar here, so we can do that as well. I could also see maybe adding a real button to that up there with some thread in it to give it some more dimensions. So I don't know how full I want to make them. I mean, I know because this is a ring bound journal, we can get as fat as we want, but I wanted to do the basics here for you today. I still feel like this needs something. I'm probably going to go ahead and use the buttons again. I like these little buttons, so I'm gonna, fingers crossed. And you're thinking, well, there's space at the top. Yes, because I have to put a tag or something up there, a tag topper or a piece of fabric or something. Yeah, that's cute. I like the continuity of that, so I'm going to do it over here as well. Funny, I have all these brand new stamps that I'm using. One that's probably as old as my daughter. We won't say how old that is. All right. But she definitely does not look her age. Oh my gosh. She and her daughter look like they're sisters. Okay. Let's put a tag topper on these. Let me see. I want a piece of lace. I have certain laces that I like to use. Let me see. I'm going to bring my lace bucket over. I like this little lace. It's very pretty. I like that. I think we might use that. Let me cut get my other scissors. Let me just move this out of the way so I don't knock it onto the floor, because that would take forever for me to clean that up. I've thrown so many bits and pieces in that bucket. Oh my gosh. Oh, it would probably take me a week to clean it up. I sure don't want it going in the vacuum, that's for sure. I'm just cutting off the little bit of header because I want it to be very flat. Because what I like to do is just, you know, do this at the top, and then I'll glue it on, and then I go back and I stitch, you know, so. But I definitely want lace up there. I don't want paper or anything like that. I was thinking about using the one in the kit, and I might go back and use that on something, but I think, let me see if that's going to be too white. I might have made that too big. Let's see. No, oh, gosh. Excuse me a second. I have a big old thing. I don't want it on my lace, because a lot of times this will rub off onto your fabrics, the ink, even though you think, oh, it's on my hand. It won't come off. Yeah, it does. I've had it happen to me. All right. Oh, you know what else takes off this stuff really well? It's the Dawn dishwashing liquid. Any of the Dawn dishwashing liquids, they're designed, you know, as you know, they use them to clean up after oil spills and stuff. So they're pretty, okay, so that's going to go there. I guess we could go ahead and glue it on, right? So the question is, do I want to do it with glue stick or Fabri-Tac? I guess I could use a little Fabri-Tac front and back. Let me get that on there. I don't know if you saw me, I inked it just a bit, but you can always go back and add some more if you feel like it's too white or not aged looking enough. And this is the back of our tags. Aren't they beautiful? These are by Carrie the Crafter. He has a YouTube channel. He has an Etsy shop. It's C-E-R-I, Carrie the Crafter. Carrie is a man. He's not a lady. And he is also a world-renowned chef. So I think he's a chef. I don't think he's a baker. But he also has a YouTube huge channel and TV, and he travels the world. Oh, he's just fabulous. Love, love, love him. Huge fan. So, but he's also one of us. He's a very good friend of Gail's. So I found him through Gail and love his work. I buy a good portion of the things that he has in his digital shop. He does the most beautiful work. His original work as well as his digital work is gorgeous. Very, very talented person. He is very talented. I don't think he's found me over here. I should message him and tell him, hey, guess what? I have a channel and I'm using your tags. I know he follows me on Instagram, but I don't know that he follows me on YouTube, because I don't know if unless he heard Gail say that I was over here. I don't know. You ladies that follow Gail know who he is. And we're about to wrap this up. As soon as I get this done, they're pretty much done. We could, except for stitching on them. You can add all kinds of things. You could do this any way you want. This is my version of Rachel's Roxy Weekly Challenge number 22. But these are, I did them differently because I need to put them in my sewing journal. But I loved the idea of the fabric on the tag and the collage on the back. And, you know, the stamping. And I love all the elements. It's very much, you know, a kind of a mixed media kind of thing. So I just have one more, and then we'll wrap it up here, and that'll be it for today. I will be back on work on it Wednesday with more. Hopefully I'll be able to show you these. If I add anything else to them, I'll show them to you. Otherwise, you'll see them again when I put them in the book. Or I'll also hopefully have the Vintage Ladies not digital. What do you call them? Vintage Ladies journal cards finished and sewn. So you could see how those came out. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to finish. Oh, whoops, wrong side. Don't want that. I didn't know if you ladies wanted me to finish them on video or just want to see them done. I was thinking about doing that for today, but like I said, I really need to work on this digital. This journal. Gosh, I have digitals on the brain today. What is with me? Multitasking, you know. Well, I want to thank you all for watching today, hanging out with me, crafting or just, you know, relaxing. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you are not subscribed to my channel and you're just watching along, please subscribe. If you like what you see and you're happy with the projects, please subscribe and hit the subscribe and the notification so you know when I have a new video out. I usually put one out 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes there is a little extra goodie. And if you are, for those of you who have been responding regularly and saw my post last Friday, you're in my, I haven't drawn any names yet, but my husband and I are going to be doing a drawing for someone to win a piece of my ephemera. And so it's worth commenting, ladies. If you haven't commented, please do. Those of you who comment on a regular basis are in my drawings for winning a random piece of my ephemera. So like, comment, and subscribe, and that would make me very, very happy. You can follow me on Instagram under Vintage Paper Girl. So, well, all right, everybody. I think we're done here. These are my 4 lovely little sewing tags. Like I said, if I add more, I'll come back and show them to you. So, you know, we will do that. If not, you'll see them when I put them in the journal. So thanks, everyone. I hope you for coming along and hanging out with me today. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And I love you all. And hugs and kisses. See you soon. Bye-bye.